Hey mamas, it's your girl Carrie, and welcome back to another episode of Mom Wife Career Life and week 2 of our Declutter Your Life series. Spring cleaning season continues over in my house, and I don't know about you, but once I start decluttering one area of my house, it's like suddenly I start noticing everything else around the house that needs attention, especially all the walls and the baseboards that need to be repainted. But we're not going to go there today. Today is about decluttering because one closet turns into a drawer, and that drawer turns into the pantry. And before you know it, you're standing in your basement wondering, how did I accumulate all this stuff? Which is exactly why I wanted to bring back another throwback episode this week. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been going back through podcast archives and pulling some of my favorite episodes that really help us simplify our homes, declutter our spaces, and really just create those systems that are going to make your life so much easier as a working mom. Because here's the thing, when our homes feel cluttered, our brains are going to feel that clutter too. It's really hard to relax in a space that's constantly reminding you of everything that you haven't gotten done yet. And if you've ever looked around your house and felt like every surface has a pile of something on it, whether it's papers or toys or clothes or just random items that don't have a home, I promise you, you are not alone. And honestly, this is why I'm so excited about something I'm part of right now. I've been invited to speak at the Calm Connection Parenting Summit happening on April 20th through April 24th. The link is in the show notes, so make sure you grab your spot. And what I love about this is it's not just another summit. It's designed as a full journey for moms who are completely in the thick of it, in parenting and life, and the ones that are feeling overwhelmed, stretched thin, and just really trying to keep it all together and keep up with everything. Each day of the summit is going to walk you through something different, from understanding your children and their behaviors to managing your own stress to creating systems and routines that actually support your life, which fits so perfectly with everything we've been talking about this series. So if you're listening and you're thinking, yes, I need to get out of this survival mode, I promise you that this is a great next baby step and it's free. So make sure you scroll down to the show notes and click that link to join. All right. So in today's throwback episode, we're talking about how to start tackling the clutter without feeling overwhelmed, not by decluttering your entire house in one weekend, because you know that's never going to happen, but by taking those small, manageable steps that actually work. Now let's jump into today's throwback episode. Are you feeling overwhelmed trying to juggle all the many hats you wear as a working mom? Do you want more quality time with your family without distraction of work, time alone to take care of yourself and your needs? Welcome to Mom Wife Career Life. I'm Carrie, a wife, a mom of 3, and a recovering perfectionist. In this podcast, I will teach you how to create balance in your life by implementing healthy habits, organizing your home and your schedule, being so intentional with your time and in your relationships, and most importantly, how to start putting your needs first, because no one can pour from an empty cup. Grab that second cup of coffee, or if you're anything like me, your third. It's time to dive into today's episode of Mom Wife Career Life. I've started to work with some really amazing moms, and I'm starting to hear a common theme. The overwhelm that comes with clutter, that everywhere they look, that their house just feels like there's piles of stuff. Papers, toys, clothes, just random items without a place. And I feel you. That used to be me, and it used to drive me absolutely crazy. I could never just sit in a room and relax because it just always looked messy. And going back to yesterday's quote, the state of your house is the state of your mind. And mine was a hot mess. And it could be seriously overwhelming, not knowing where to start, not knowing what to do with everything. But it's really not as hard as you think. There's another saying that I've come to really love and live by these days. Rome wasn't built in a day. And your house, it's not going to get decluttered and organized in a day either. So today I'm sharing some easy tips on how to start decluttering, because I've always tried to keep an organized and tidy house. But when you have kids, there just seems to be this constant flow of stuff coming in the house, clothes, toys, sports equipment. And I'm honestly no better between Amazon and Target and Home Goods. I'm always adding stuff to the house too. But 2 years ago, I had this huge wake-up call. Hurricane Ira came through New Jersey, and it caused some major damage to my town. We have an absolute beautiful river that runs right through the middle of town, but it gets a little scary when we have crazy amounts of rain, and even more so during hurricane season. There were so many houses that flooded during Ira, and so many people lost so much. But a beautiful thing happened too. Our community came together and strangers helped strangers. I was blessed enough to get minimal water living only a block away from the river, but I helped with the cleanup efforts, and I just saw all the stuff that people had to throw out. And it really made me look at my basement and think of all the things that I don't really need that are just taking up space. So I decided then and there that I was going to start cleaning it out and only keep the things that I really needed. And it didn't just stop in my basement. I went on a huge decluttering kick. And the thing with decluttering and organization is that you're never really done because, like I said, there's always a constant flow of stuff coming in your home, but it's also learning how to manage and to make sure that as stuff is coming in, that stuff is also going out. So I wanted to share my tips on how to start decluttering and organizing your home. And the first two are actually around your mindset. So let's kick it off with number one. I want you to think of the real estate in your house that the clutter is actually taking up. And I want you to ask yourself what that space is costing you, both financially and more importantly, mentally. One of the biggest things I had to tackle when I first started decluttering was my mindset. It used to be so hard for me to get rid of things that I barely used or that were still in great condition because I felt like I was wasting money. They still had value, but it was actually my mom who said it to me that these things are taking up real estate in your house. So if you think of it in that term, how much are you paying in your rent or in your mortgage for that stuff to stay? And just think about how much better you would feel when you look around and everything is tidy and you open up a cabinet and everything has a place and you can actually find something when you're looking for it. It really is a great feeling. And the second mindset thing is if you are still hung up on the money piece, then plan to have a garage sale or donate the items and claim the charitable contribution on your taxes. And if you want or need the money, you could post the bigger items on Facebook for sale, but really be realistic with the amount of time and effort it's going to take for you to take the pictures, negotiate pricing, coordinate the pickup times. Your time is worth money too. So please remember that. And you can also have a garage sale and try to sell what you can and then donate the rest that you're not able to sell. So you make a little money selling things and then you can still claim whatever you donate on your taxes. Now, once you are in the right mindset and you know what you plan to do with all this stuff, it makes it a lot easier to move on to the actual decluttering, which brings us to number 3. Declutter in phases if you have to. When I have 10 to 15 minutes, I go through one shelf, one drawer, one cabinet. In between meetings, while I'm waiting for something to cook that I can't leave the stove for, those pockets or times are the perfect time to clean out and organize that junk drawer or those small spaces in your kitchen. And I have a donate section in my basement. It's actually underneath my basement stairs where I keep a box or a couple of boxes where I put stuff that I donate constantly. And when I'm cleaning out an area or see something that just isn't serving our family anymore, that we don't use or that I don't really want, it goes straight in that box. And when I have enough stuff, I schedule a pickup. Number 4, block out a chunk of time to work on a specific area, like a closet. Closets are really a much bigger project. My clothes closet is my next project, and I know I need a good 2 hours to do that one. To do it right, or really to do any decluttering of a cabinet, a closet, a drawer right, is to really empty it all out, start from scratch. And once it's empty, most importantly, wipe it down, clean it out. So that way you're starting from something nice and fresh. And then you're going to go through your stuff. What I do is I create 3 piles. I create one to keep, one to donate, and one to discard. You can even bring garbage bags with you so that way you can put donate and discard straight into bags. But with me, I let my mom and my girls go through my donate piles of clothes before I get rid of them in case there's something that they might want. But as you're going through stuff, you could do the whole KonMari method from Maria Kondo. And for those of you that have never heard of the KonMari method, it's basically looking at an item, holding the item, and seeing if it sparks joy. Does having it in your life make you happy? Do you feel great wearing it? And if the answer is no, then you get rid of it. There's also a specific folding and organizing method that she does that I actually follow too. It's folding your clothes and instead of piling them up on top of each other in a drawer so that you only see the top item, you're taking that pile and you're turning it sideways or knocking it over in your drawer. So that way you see every shirt stacked neatly side by side. And that way you could just pull one item out of the drawer without messing up the entire drawer. Number 7, schedule a donation pickup. Nothing will light a fire under you like a deadline, at least for me. As moms, we're just so busy that there's always something on to distract us or to make us procrastinate. But when we know we have a deadline, that kicks our butt in gear. One of the things I started doing was scheduling a donation pickup every other month. We have a green drop close to us that has weekly pickups, so there's always a date available. And we also have one that's like 10-minute drive, but I like to just have them pick it up because again, that whole friction thing, I just don't want to think about it. I book it, I mark it on the family calendar, both on our Google Calendar and on our paper calendar that's hung out in our kitchen command center so that everybody knows. And my mom is a huge motivator when it comes to getting stuff out of the house. So when she knows there's a deadline, she actually helps light a fire under me too. But if you don't have a green drop, there are so many different places and charities that do pick up. So just do a Google search. Number 6, use the 2020 rule. When you're struggling whether to keep an item or not, it's really helpful to think of the 2020 rule. And you're going to ask yourself, can I replace this for less than $20 and in less than 20 minutes? And this is really great for kitchen decluttering. If you have 15 mugs, 10 water bottles, way too many gadgets that you think you might use one day, if that one day hasn't happened since you bought it, then donate it. And if you really need it one day, you can run to Target or Home Goods and just grab another one, or better yet, borrow it from a friend. Number 7, invest in furniture with closed storage. Having furniture with doors or shelves that you can put cute bins in, especially if you have little kids. Kids just have a lot of stuff, toys, games, and you want them to be in areas where they're easily accessible, like your living room. And if you don't have closed storage for their stuff that's in your living room, it's just always going to look messy. We recently purchased closed cabinets for our basement for storage. We used to have all my extra pantry items, party supplies, serving dishes on open shelving in the basement, and no matter how much I organize it, it just looked messy and would just bother me every single time I walk past it. Now we have them in nice cabinets with doors, so it really looks nice and crisp and clean every time I walk past it, and it just makes me so much happier. Number 8, purchase matching organizing containers. I started buying these matching bins from Target that I use in my bathroom, my linen closet, my kitchen pantry, my craft closet. They are my absolute favorite. I will post them in the show notes, but they're plastic, which means that I could wipe them down easily, and I really use them everywhere. In my kids' bathroom, I have one bin for each of their toiletries, and they take out that bin whenever they're getting ready. And if they're in a good mood that day, they actually put it back when they're done. And it really helps to keep their stuff organized and keep their bathroom a little tidier. I'm blessed to have a very large kids' bathroom. We made the decision when we were remodeling, either the kids would have their own bedrooms and 2 of those bedrooms would be really small, or let the girls share a room and have a really large bathroom for them all to grow into. While sometimes it's hard having the girls sharing a room, I'm really hopeful that in the long run, it will make them closer and they'll have some nice sister memories of late night chats. And if nothing else, it will prepare them for sharing a dorm room in college. Fingers crossed. But their bathroom is an absolute godsend. We have 3 separate rooms. We have the vanity room that has 2 sinks. We have a shower room, and in the shower, there's 3 shelves, and outside of the shower, there's 3 shelves, 1 for each kid. And in the vanity, there's 3 drawers, so each kid has their own drawers. The girls have more stuff, so they each get the storage under the sink. And the bins, they fit perfectly in the shelves in the shower room and under the sink. So I absolutely love it. And the ones I have, they're white, and they almost look like basket weaving, so they're really pretty. And they are clean, and they are crisp. And you can use them in any room. And if you join my Facebook group, I'm starting to share the pictures, and I'll also share links in there too. So if you're not in my Facebook group, go and join. It's Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. The other bonus of getting all matching bins is when you decide to reorganize and you no longer need a bin in one area, you could repurpose it in another area. Number 9, use clear storage bins for your basement, your garage, or your attic storage. I'm really big on decorating for the holidays, and I love to throw parties. And I reuse a lot of items. And I used to use solid containers for storing them, but it was really hard to find what I was looking for when I needed it, or to put something away. I had to look through the bins to see where I should put it or where I have room for it. And I slowly started to transition to clear containers. So now I know which bins have what items. So when I'm looking for something, I don't have to sift through each box. I just have to hold it up and look at what's in it, and I can find it. And even with the solid containers with labels on them, I still had to go through because I didn't itemize each box, and it's really hard to itemize each box. So highly recommend clear storage. And last but not least, number 10, get decorative catch-all containers for the areas where stuff just seems to pile up. I just started doing this one, so I'll let you know how it goes. But there are certain areas where things just pile up. Mail on your kitchen counter, random item on your stairs. I know for us, mail just always gets thrown on the counter, so I want to have a mail station. I got a cute paper tray from Home Goods that matches my kitchen, and instead of piling paper on the counter, I put it in the paper tray. And honestly, with this one, you do need to make sure that you're cleaning it out at least once a week, or else that pile is just going to get way too big. And I try to have a touch it once rule with mail in my house. I look at it, and if it's not important, it goes straight into the recycling bin. And the only thing that really sticks around are the papers I need to file, the bills I need to pay, or if there's coupons or something for food shopping, they go in my little coupon envelope. All right, mamas, I hope this episode helped you feel a little less overwhelmed and gave you some simple ideas on how to start tackling the clutter in your home. Because remember, decluttering isn't something that happens in one day. It's something that happens little by little as you create these systems that help your home stay manageable and support your life instead of adding stress to it. And the more we simplify our spaces, the more mental space we create for the things that really matter, like time with our families, time to relax, and time to actually enjoy our homes. And if this episode resonated with you, I would love for you to head on over to our Facebook community and tell us what's one area of your house that you're working on decluttering right now. And if you're enjoying this Declutter Your Life series, make sure you follow the podcast too so you never miss another episode. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat. Before you go, if you found this podcast helpful, I would be so grateful if you would take a minute, go on over to iTunes and leave me a review. If you have other stressed out mamas in your life that you feel this podcast could help, take a screenshot of this episode, post it on your Instagram stories, and tag me, and let them know that they are not alone and they can create balance in their life too. If there's a topic you'd like me to cover or you just want to connect, DM me on Instagram at mom.wife.career.life or come on over and hang out in our free Facebook community, Work-Life Balance for Working Moms. Sending you so much love and light until next time on Mom Wife Career Life with Carrie Pat.